So what could be easier than taking one of the simple routes out of Paul Besley's book, plotting it on the map, moving it over to the Garmin and taking the walk? Couldn't be simpler, could it? Well, things don't always turn out the way that you want them to. Right, I just turned up at Redmires and it's dark and it's dank and I can just see the reservoir across the road. I'll show you what the car park looks like. You just see the reservoir across the road. I think we're going up to the end there. Just looking at a Garmin. Yeah, through the gate at the end. Tree down blocking off the car park, but I suppose this time of year it's not used as much. Get a good view of the reservoir before we set off. Yeah, so no rain predicted today. Whether it's just early morning mist, I don't know. It's not cold. Doesn't look too large. But, right, our first one up the hill. Well, bit of a shock to the system. Straight out of the car and a steep climb. About 100 metres, not much, but man, that wakes the legs up. So not long after the steep climb, we've got a steep down and a steep back up again. Oh joy. It's quite damp around, but again, nothing that is unpassable unless, you know, just turn left or right and get over it. Right, just over the ditch or the dike, and then we turn right, and there's left and right for the paths. Well, we've got a nice path to walk on. Just past two people who were absolutely drenched. It's only fine rain, but I have stopped and put my cover on my haversack because I've got my phone and my wallet and my stuff like that in there. I've got dry bags inside, but so it's getting the bag wet as well. And then 2 seconds later, a guy walked by with a pink shirt on. Looked like it was the middle of the summer, walking his dog. So you never can tell, but it's with a bit of luck we get a little bit of wind and it'll blow it away. Right, so we've come down that path and now we're going to turn off and head downwards. Blimey, it's peaceful out here. Well, we're weaving our way down this little brook, which is slow going actually, because it's trying to make sure you don't trip up or twist your ankle or anything. But there's no water in it, so it's quite surprising for this time of year, really. We seem to have gone off. If I can get this on the screen, we seem to have gone off course slightly, but I think it's more possibly the path has moved over time away from the designated route, but we're not too far away. Well confused. Well, there's something to investigate when I get back. The road in and the road out of this loop are very close to each other, and when you plot them on the Garmin, I think what I've just done is followed one path and it's crossed over onto the other one. So I may now be walking in reverse, but I suppose I'll still be able to do it all. Very strange though. Yeah, Just wonder if you'd have had the same problem if you used the map, but never mind. We are once again heading out. Adventure never quite goes to plan. Over here. Yes, that was an interesting navigation across that heather. Again, I've struggled without the Garmin, but I think the Garmin probably caused the problem in that when I put the end position in, it's quite near the start position, and the two paths very similar, so I think they crossed over and I'm now going in reverse. I have to check that, but not that it matters. Now back on a reasonable path, back up one of these little brooks. You gotta laugh. That's gotta be the gate we went down earlier. And I remember this bridge stanchion here. So how the heck have I done that? Oh dear. Yes, I think I should have turned left up here. Never mind. So this is how it all went wrong. I put in my sat-nav in the car, the postcode of the car park. Now, one of the problems with postcodes is obviously that, you know, you can find 2 or 3 different locations within a single postcode, and that's exactly what happened. I missed the original car park. I saw a car park that said Redmires and I pulled in, but it actually said Redmires Plantation, which I didn't read properly. So if I'd have used what 3 words or a map reference would have been a lot better. So my Garmin, when I first set off, showed me the route and I was going in the correct direction. And then what it would have showed me is this particular picture, which would have shown me the start and the end if I was in the right car park. So simple, but you know, just threw the whole day off. So I ended up walking around, did about 5 miles before I got back on track and completed the walk. Right, actually walking down onto the edge now. I've seen a few people coming up here in the trainers, so I think the edge and the pole must be, you know, this sort of walk most of the time, although there's big puddles here, so I'd recommend walking shoes or boots if you come this time of year. And of course your old waterproof socks, which are my go-to piece of hiking equipment these days. I just stopped and had a proper cup of tea. I was there for about half an hour actually in total, and there's no rush getting back, and just give your legs a bit of a proper rest. It's always hard to get them going again, but just give you a little bit more range. Hopefully in another hour or two we'll find somewhere to stop for lunch. See what the Stanage Edge has to offer first. Yeah, no, I'm going to do this route. I'll go that way next time.
Yeah. Careful if you're going down.
Yeah, I'm not going to go down that way, I don't think. Apparently the caves are up there, the opposite way, but this way down to Hathersage. probably can't see much in the mist, but there's a fence over there and somebody climbing over, so we're walking down the back of Stanage Edge. I would love to know what it's like down there. You can actually see about 50 feet, but the views was what we come for. But lovely path. And a chap I've been walking with, he said, oh, I'm on the way down to Hathersage, so I've never been to Hathersage. Yeah, I just said a moment ago that I could see people higher up on the ridge, and then when I look at the Garmin, it is sending me back up. So what it's really wanting me to do is not go right down to the bottom of the valley, or to be on the wrong side. So yeah, caught that in time, like that. This really is a mill wheel graveyard. I mean, they are everywhere. Seriously. Every bit of hewn rock has got a mill wheel next to it that just doesn't seem to have been used. You see across the valley a little bit now. So if we can zoom in over there where the cars are parked. So there's a break in the cloud, break in the mist. But onward and upward. And at last, the mist is clearing. Maybe because we're getting lower, but it's just not quite hanging in the bottom of the valley. It's just quite a pleasant bit of the walk. Just over the nice moss and dodging brooks and stuff. Keep heading onto the high ground to miss the stuff. Of all the walks I've done recently, most of them have been quite dry, but this is quite boggy going. It slows you down because you're dodging puddles and trying to find the easy way to go. Still not impassable, but you know, as we head back up into the mist, we're not seeing much anymore. We'll drop over the hill. Just check this out. Straight on. Yeah, now we're lower again. The weather's clearing up. You can see the mist on the top of the hills. You see the roads and everything, and the path's quite pleasant to walk on now. It's not too bad. Oh, we're just going across the main road. Still hear it a little bit in the background, and we turn right now along the northern side of the course at a place called Heathy Lane. This is a long road, but beautiful views over that bit of valley. Shame it's on tarmac, really. And I can see sunshine over there. So where we're heading back to it is actually sun shining. I'm just about to head south again, back towards the car. I've probably got 3 miles. In fact, you can see over on the hills the white bales I was near this morning. So I've just stopped. You see that? That's my Peri Peri Chicken and rice on the go. So I'm going to have half an hour here, although it did start raining a minute ago. But no, it's been nice all day. It's just a shame because there's a bit of sunshine over there still. Well, thank you, Linda Dyson. Just to check, leave any rubbish behind, leave no trace. But fantastic, what a great place to put that. Exactly where I needed it for my lunch. Thank you, Linda. Oh. Actually, I can see the 3 people that were across the road when I did, so they probably decided that it was quicker to walk down the main road, which probably was if they didn't stop for lunch, but I'm not sure that's what I would have wanted to do. Bit too noisy, you don't want all that noise, do you? Just up there by that house. That's where the seat was. I was having my lunch. And we just dropped down and climb in again. And you may recognise this train from early this morning. Here we are back at the ditch that we were at this morning. And unlike old railway track, it looks like a railway track. And now for the second time today, we'll climb back up this. At least we know it's not too bad. And we can drop back into the car park. So we're finally back at Redmires. Not sure of the exact distance, I'll have a look in a minute, but up on this hill I did notice on the way here there was a wire soldier. I'm always up for a bit of military information, so let's go and have a look, see what that's all about. So refurbished in 2023. There but not there, lest we forget. Standing guard over the reservoirs, all three parts.